Check to make sure I'm live. That's one too. Live. That's one two. And Jane, my mother-in-law Jane, Brian, Natalie, John. It's cat chat. I don't know what we did with Heidi. She said hello, and then I ended the stream. I had to jump back out, but Gerald's on board. Ricky, Josh, Gerald, Brenda Bergman McLennan. Um, yeah, I went live and then I forgot to do something. I was trying to hook my audio up, and I had to kill it. And I see Heidi had said hi. I'm like, oh, oops. Oh well. Probably going, why isn't anybody else on? Jeez, take her easy. My Wi-Fi seems to be not so strong. Interesting. Oh yeah, having the mess in this rod yet to clean up. And it's brutal. So tonight, among other things, we have to make a video. We meaning me, and although us, um, it's going to be kind of funny. I think I can drop you a hint. So there's this Johnny Cash trend going on right now. that basically says, lip sync to the video of this song of his, and everybody's using their pet dog or pet cat, and I think I'm going to use a catfish just because that's what we do, and I should be able to muster up a catfish. But first, we need a catfish. So I'm going to untangle this line, and our odds are looking pretty good. Just based upon, oops, look myself. Just based upon the results we've had recently. I talked to the owner of Wicked Sticky today. I called him on the phone, wondering like, why didn't this guy return to my email? That's kind of rude. And he's not a internet guy at all. So I get it. That's why I called. I didn't want to jump to conclusions. Hmm. Um, One more not to get out of here. It's not evaporating. Come on. Now what? So I talked to him a little bit, and we're going to keep in touch. He's heading out of town. He's got a great story, and I'll kind of fill you in as we go along tonight. It's something that I think everybody that watches this understands, gets, and so it's pretty cool. So I'm going to share that with you a little bit. Um, so I get this stupid mess undone. Jeez, I should have did it last night. Clear. All right. Yeah. So if you've been on TikTok, and then I'll put it on Facebook, obviously, because that's where most of my peeps are. Um, should be pretty funny. I think I can make it work. I brought a tripod. I used my cell phone. Um, I think we'll be all right. But it starts all out with a catfish. So at some point in time tonight, I will have to use a prop and make a quick video. But I'll keep running. I'll keep the rods in the water. I'll just use the catfish for a little bit. It's nothing weird. It's funny. Just yeah, just if you go on to TikTok, you can just check out like Johnny Cat um video, and it'll pop up. I've never heard the song before, but maybe I have. Um, but it's funny. I don't think anybody's doing it the way I'm going to do it, so should be interesting. I want to get a couple of rods in the water here and jig a little bit because it's light out for once, and might have a visitor. Oh, Sean's coming or not. Anyway, I'll be all right without him. I got things going a little quicker tonight, so I'm getting down. Our above water camera has to be restarted whenever I hook up. It's complicated, but I have to restart it. But it's taken me until like last night to figure that out. Actually, I did it last night and I was like, oh, so it's got to be done. And now I did that right away when I got down here and I'm like, oh, sweet. So that helps. That's one less thing that I have to go through. Let's get these two rods in the water. Let me pull this back up. Makes life much easier. We're going to jig on one rod just a little bit. I'm not running a dual feed tonight. Maybe I will for a little bit, but not much. Um, do this in a minute. That's our jigging rod. Sewer bait, keys bait. All right, got one of that one. This one, this one. So this one. This is the cheese. I learned about talking with Mark from Wicked Sticky today. I learned about um, a couple things. How important the tube is, and I never really thought about it. I thought it was just pretty much a bait holder. But when he talks about the Junie's tubes, which is also their brand, Junie was his dad, and his dad was the big push and the guy that did this and made this bait. And this bait is made from like I don't know natural stuff, like from the dairy farms or whatever. I don't know something. I read a little bit about it. I just can't remember what I read because I ate since then. But and it's made in Iowa. I'm sure they have plenty of resources there, being that farm country too. And his dad was named Junie, and so when you see Junie's, um, tubes and stuff like that for bait, that's what it's referring to as his dad. Um, and they talked about the tubes and how they developed the tube so that it wouldn't just hold the bait; it would kind of absorb the bait in through the material, so that it would stay with it longer. The scent would stay longer. And I had one other misconception that he cleared up for me. And I said, I talked to somebody one day or whatever, and they said, well, dip baits, they don't catch real big fish. And he said, that's not true. There's no correlation to that whatsoever. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm just learning. So, and he said, yeah, up in Minnesota, he goes, we would hook into 50, 60 pound cats, whatever, you know. I'm like, yeah, sweet. So, 45 pound, whatever size he said. I'm like, okay, well, that helps out. I said, which we're still going to do some different types of baits as well too. But when it comes to dip bait, Wicked Sticky is what we're going to use. But we talked a little bit, and he was heading off to Indiana to go see George Strait concert, and um, I said I would talk to him. He goes, I said all our people, I said that watch us on Facebook, they know what we're fishing with. They know what rod's got what on it, and there's times out where I'm not looking at Facebook, and they can actually people are like, "What you fishing with?" And they'll just fill them in. John or Heidi or whoever will go, or Matt, or say they're tailing that Wicked Sticky. That one's the sewer baits on that one. I said they really know. He's like, "Really?" I go, "Oh yeah, We're, we ain't screwing around here." Um, so he was pretty pumped about that, and I tried to tell him. I said, it would be a good. I'd like to be able to send somebody electronically, via the World Wide Web, place online where they can order it. Because I've got, their attention when you're watching, whenever there was a link there that said you can just pick their bait up here. I don't know that he can buy it on his website, but he might have it some other places too. But anyway, I said, it'd be great if you could buy it right off my website. I don't want to circumvent any bait shops, and I don't think that will. But there's people that aren't from around here um, that can't go to Johnny's because they live in Missouri. or wherever. Um, so there's that. But yeah, I talked to Mark a little bit today from Wicked Sticky, and kind of a cool dude. I like the idea that it's a family business. Um, that's something I think for good for us, for you guys, us, whatever. We're rooting for the home team. Um, but yeah, get that guy out there, get him belled up. Um, and I also have at my job, and this is actually kind of a funny story. I'll have to pay attention to this one. Um, I was waiting for a phone call from a couple different people. I sold some items online, and I spoke to one of them today, the first guy that popped in, whatever, gave me a call back, and his name is Nathan. And we talked briefly on the phone on what he was buying, and kind of, I work in the power sports business, so what stone wheels he had that part fit on. It's kind of like an old, almost like a vintage part. Yeah, it's 32 years old, so that makes it vintage. And they give me his card number and stuff like that, process the transaction, get it sent out to him, and he's down from Madison somewhere. And I hung up with him, and about 10 minutes later, the phone rang again. It was him again. You go, "Well, hello, Gary." And he goes, "Hey, it's Nathan again." I'm like, "Yeah?" He goes, "I got kind of a weird question." "Shoot, what's up?" "Are you the guy that does Wolf River Camp?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "Well, talking on the phone, your voice sounded familiar, and I couldn't place it." And then when I hung up, I'm like, "You know what? The guy in Wolf River Camp's name is Gary. I wonder if this is the same guy." And he called back. I'm like, "Yeah, it is." He's like, "No kidding." He goes, "I watch you all the time." So he's probably on the night. Um, that's we get around. Um, cool, fun. What happened to this thing? All right, let's set up a Mac guy. We'll wait, put that third line in. Once we stop jigging, let me grab my phone, and turn this camera a little bit so you can see me. This way, this way. All right, I think that'll be good. I want to jig for a little bit because I've been seeing white bass here right before we go. Right before we go dark, dark, dark. So we're just going to try it again. I missed one last night. I don't know what it was. Assuming it was the biggest white bass ever recorded. Probably not. Probably a sheephead. Big old sheepdog. And I think I can look at my phone and jig at the same time. Because I want to talk to you guys. And where are you? Right there? And right there? Oh, just a bit outside. Here we are. Okay. Good luck tonight. Thanks, Chris. Hi, everyone. LJ. Hi y'all, Steve Schmidt. Hi y'all, Chris. Can you show us what you are talking about with the tube? It's hard to see on the tubes, but there's from what I'm learning about it now. I think there's two layers, and there's kind of like a semi-permeable layer on there. I'll have to grab one. There's Nathan. Yeah, you bet. 10-2 is a big part of the show. Yeah, it is. Hey, Sheena calls for the fishing. I'm so helpful. That's right. Um, I will see if I can grab one here, and it'll be hard to. Maybe I'll take a picture of it or something. But Jason's on. Hey, Taylor, Veronica, Cody, thanks for joining us. Wanted to do some jigging out here. It'd be hard to show you on that. Um, on that camera, that above water camera that we're using, because it's so close. I could maybe take a picture of it or something. But um, and I know that's true because I've got a couple other tubes here I've been using, not thinking others, and it's just a tube. Who cares? But there's like two layers there. So that's interesting. Have I noticed the difference? I don't know. Maybe, but makes sense. I mean, if the bait stays on longer, then your chances are that much better. But I'm pretty fired up to hear that this bait just won't catch small fish. And I don't know if I believe that or not at first when somebody told me that. I was like, I didn't catch really anything big with those. Um, but I don't know. I've only been doing it for years, so I kind of believed whatever I'm told, somewhat. Well, I think I have my high vis tape here. I'm going to put a little tape on the end of this rod. It's easier to see. Oh, I got one else. Where's that tape? Where's my tape, man? Oh, okay. We'll go high vis 3. Maybe we'll share it in the butt. Yeah, stick a little green on there. I think as long as you can see my, um, yeah, the white bass are on. They'll probably do better, but they're going pretty good. Put on just a little more. There, now I think you guys might be able to see this rod tip. Yeah, now you can see the rod going up and down as I'm jigging it. That'll work, eh? Jig till probably 9, I think, or maybe 10 to somewhere in there. That's when the light goes down more. So yeah, so if anybody's taking the time to go out to TikTok and look at the Johnny Cash trend, that's what we need the catfish for. I can see it now. We'll be the only one that does it. Might seem really stupid, but it might be very popular, and somebody might go, "Hey, check out Wolf River Cam." And of course, I'll put it on Facebook too, because same thing. Yeah, so it's 10 after 8 last night it started. Tonight we kind of started on time. Isn't that something? Weird. We'll get the thing down yet. Went to eat at one of the local establishments, and they always have our camera on their big screen TV. And they messaged me the other day and said, "Hey," and they promote, people saying, "Hey, come on up and have something to eat and watch the fish camera." Which is I'm good at that. That's awesome. Um, and they messaged me the other day and go, "We can't for some reason something's goofing up and we're not able to get it on the TV, or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay." And they said, "If you by chance get up there, you want to take a crack at it, by all means." And I tried to talk them through it, but it wasn't working. So we went up tonight and had something to eat, and I grabbed their little tablet and got them hooked up. And probably if somebody restarted, or maybe it come on automatically, but we're probably live in that bar right now. So for those that are watching at the bar, hey everybody. I don't think they had the volume turned up. Get some thunderstorms later on tonight. So when I use my jigging rod, um, I use a fairly light rod. It's the medium light action. This is I think a 6'6". I like a single piece, but it's a two piece. It's fine. Um, and I use a lighter weight reel because I always think that the faster I can move my arm to set a hook, the better, versus having a big, heavier reel that I can cast further. So that's just something I've always done for the last 30 years. And I don't get super expensive rods. These are Berkeley lightning rods, and they're probably, I don't know, 40, 50 bucks a piece. They're not much. I mean, it's quite a bit if you break one, but I don't use a Fenwick or a St. Croix, and they're good rods, no doubt. But mine get beat around so much that I'd feel awfully terrible that in the springtime they get beat around quite a bit. I don't need an expensive rod that I gotta can't be worried about a little scratch on it. Yeah, just using an 1/8 ounce thumper jig. Hmm. That's really fascinating. It's doing its own. See, Ron, Liso, Andrew, Tony, David, Doug, Troy, Joan, David Klein, Aaron, first to catch the cat, John, Jack, Christopher, Carol, Andrew, Heath, Guy. I can see it all the way to Twin Falls, Idaho. Thanks, Guy. Alan, Matt, Molly, Jacob, Timothy. Yeah, okay, thanks, Chris. Yep. Mike Keller, Christopher, look tonight. Thank you. Eric Hayden, Brandon, Jessica, Jeff, Mike, Jesse, Richard. Hello, WRC buddies. Devin Conrad, Brian, Kathleen, Todd Braun, Kelly, Ashton, Taylor. No, we not yet. Nothing yet, Kellen. Kelly, Jeff, Don Slike, Stephen, thanks. Cody, Veronica, Jason. Okay, got everybody else. Ben, Derek, thanks for joining us. We'll probably jig for another 15 minutes yet. I'll put in this other rod. Right now we got the bottom one is sewer bait and the top one is cheese bait. The next one I'll add will be the blood bait. Yeah, we had two last night. And Roycraft, thanks for joining us in the cat chat. Which one is going to be the first one? Tyler, Devin. I think I got Ramon, Christiana. Thanks for joining us. All those that are watching on wolfhuntercam.com, thanks for joining us there too. Although I can't see you on the Facebook chat, but I appreciate you watching. Or much rain did you get? We got a bunch. Rivers went up a lot this afternoon here in Eau Claire. It wasn't too much. We got a fair amount. I don't know if it's numbers, if it's 3/4 of an inch, maybe. Tyler, Ryan, we got Devin. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Oh yeah, and on YouTube also. Thanks, Brian. Richard Stafel, Brian Pepler. I forgot YouTube, and I'm not in the YouTube chat, so I apologize for anybody that's over there in that. And if anybody's out in YouTube or wants to have a YouTube channel, or whatever, just hit subscribe on there to us. Appreciate it. Like or follow or whatever, all that stuff. We're gonna try to cover all our bases. Sue, Glenn, Brian Pepler, I got. Okay. Yeah, the two little pieces of tape really help out. Good to see it. Here we pick up some jigging here. If anybody's on kit, um, we're there too. And you might wonder why I embedded the kick video on the website. It's just hard. It's hard to explain different codes and things. It's just some companies don't make it easy. Some make it real easy. So it's all done with mirrors. So the Yossi Laborski, what's up? Eugene's on, Ryan's on, Lindy's on, Greg's on. Thanks for joining us. We got two cat rods out right now. You'll see three rods there. The top one, if you look closely, the line is actually hooked on to itself. It's not in the water. We're only allowed three lines here in Wisconsin. Um, so I got two cat lines in. The bottom one is they're both wicked sticky bait. The bottom one is the sewer scent, and the top one is the cheese one, or the middle one, the cheese one. Lester, are you fishing for white bass? I'm doing that too. That's why I'm jigging. Just seeing if there's some I can get my hands on down there. Last night we had a pretty good hit right about now. So walleyes must be totally done at river. No, they're not. There's people still picking them up. They're just kind of taking their time coming down. I know the boats did really well. The rafts didn't do very good at all this year. So it was kind of a bum year for that. But yeah, no, people would go out and get their limits, no problem. I think they still can, depending upon where you're throwing or what you're throwing with. Bill Holt, Lester Lewis, didn't do well in Winneconne either. Okay. Oops. Yeah, it was a weird year. Like I said, they're still around. Um, it depends upon you changing tactics. Whether you're going throwing a shad wrap or you're still, I think you could still drag crawlers right now. I think you'd still be all right. A lot of the bigger spawning fish have went back down to the lake, I would think. Yazan's on, Bob's on. Thanks for joining us. Come on, White Path. Sure you're watching on YouTube? Okay, sounds good, Daniel. Bob, try a blade bait. Mike Curse, Doug Bass. Um, and I would. One, they're not with me. I have a thumper jig on, so this has got a blade on the back of the jig head. So we've got some motion there. And there's a little. I got a fake paddle tail body, or I got a paddle tail body on it as well too. So like a fake shiner, a little 2.5 incher or 2 incher. So it should have plenty of action. Ryan, Carl, thanks for joining us. We'll get something to bite. Maybe that garfish. Then we can mark that off the list of fish we caught. So we've done walleye, sheephead, suckers, catfish. Um, Walleye, sheephead, suckers, catfish. Four. Yep, those four. We did get a turtle last year. I don't know if you guys remember that. Some of you do. Soft shell turtle. Hey, Jeff. Evening, Lisa. Ragnar. Gregory. Thanks for joining us. Come on, fish. Sturgeon. Yeah, good call, John. Always forget the sturgeon. Yeah. We had a sturgeon in, brought it to the cabin, showed it to the picture in picture, whatever, and then tossed it back in. It back in. We've got a couple of them on, unfortunately. Let me just pick up my jigging motion just a little bit quicker. How long you fishing it? Probably till 10, Greg. So we actually got started on time. Dustin's on, Curtis Weed, Steve Ferguson. Oh, I see the bait I got in the tree. The line finally fell out of the branches and it's hanging straight down. Fantastic. Ever tried Kitech Easy Shiners? Hammering them in Dodge County. Okay. Hmm. When I do that, when somebody sends me a tip for a bait, I usually just do a screen capture of the chat and put it into my photos so I can look back at it. Sue Meredith, James Dutton, Dylan. Sorry, Dylan. 5, 6 minutes yellow jig, and then I'll switch over and get this other rod back in the water. I mean, it's fairly slack water over here, so I'm using just an 8 ounce jig, so I can actually jig it pretty quick. And still rely on it to get back down to the bottom a little bit. Like giving it a little bit quick jerk like that so it can get moving. Scott Schmidt. Get that way a little or that way a little. Probably surrounding it down there going, if it would stand still just for a second, we'd eat it. Come on, catfish, where you at? Dinner bells are coming. A fish whistle. Jennifer's on. Thanks for joining us. Chad Williams. For those that are just joining us, we got um, three rods out, actually four. One of them's not in the water, so we only have three rods, the three hooks in the water. Um, Two of them, the glowing green ones you see, whatever, the bottom one and the middle one, are both running the wicked sticky catfish bait. And then I'm jigging over here on the end for white bass or walleye or whatever, starfish. Nick's on. Thanks for joining us, Nick. Let's keep working this. Oop, too far. A line wrap going on. There you go. Fixed it. I'm going to drop my phone. John Vic, I saw. Yeah, I saw that ever tried Celtic Easy Shiners hammering them down. I saw that. Wait a minute, why am I seeing stuff again? What happened? I'm not seeing when people come on. I'm only seeing comments. What the what? Stephine is watching. Thanks for joining us. Joe Palello, thanks for joining us. 2 minutes. I'm going to pull this rod up. What I'll do is I'll pull in, I'll freshen those rods up right there, the ones I have already. And I will, but you know what? No, I'm going to bait the one that's in here. I'll toss that one out. And then I'll move this other, I'll move it to the mid, I don't know, or whatever. I'm going to do this one first. I'll get it out there, and then I'll do the other ones. William, Brad Carls, thanks for joining us. Getting a little chilly out. Keith on, William Taylor. All right. This experiment is over. We tried. We tried. Let's throw this in the shack real quick. Blood bait out. That one there and that one there. My phone out of the way, so don't get all full of bait. My wife Kim is watching. Everybody say hi, Kim. We're behaving. I'm talking about stitching. Checks on me to make sure I didn't fall in. Because that can happen. She can actually see me from where she's at. She's shy a little bit. Although she did net the first walleye we caught in front of camera, so we got that going for us. Thought I heard a bell. All right, we got the blood bait warming up. Gotta get her setting up in the water. All right, now I'm gonna send it. Where am I gonna send it? Send it out there. All right, bell it. Set the ringy dingy dingy. I want to pull this one in, move this one down here. I'm going to freshen up this one and throw it out over top of that sewer bait. Then I'll drop the sewer bait back there. I'll freshen up the sewer bait and drop that one back in. Got a fair amount of junk on the lines. Not good. So you should be able to see this bait. I don't know how easy it is to see, but the hook and tube are still coated yet. In fact, I'm going to leave it because there's plenty of bait on there. That's why I like the Wicked Sticky. It's still on there. And it's been on there for what, 45 minutes? That's pretty good. We're gonna go there with that one. And then we're gonna redip this sewer bait. I didn't like one where I casted it, and two how much it was sitting on there. So Mark today from Wicked Sticky, we were talking about baits and freshening them up and stuff like that, whatever. And he said, got to be careful of how much moisture you get around them, like the bait in the container, because they can get a little, he said, gritty. Then you actually have to kind of dry them out. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, there's something you don't know every day. So I got to keep an eye on that. He said, just don't keep it in a damp environment. I'm like, well, I live by the river, so we got damp. He bells. And I think the sewer bait's going to need a little rejuvenating here pretty quick because it's getting a little bit um, not dry, just not as tacky. So we're going to hit it with a little cooking oil. Not right now, not tonight. We'll do it tomorrow night. I'll get a thick stick out, whatever, and we'll stir the pants off it. Did that with the blood bait. Blood bait's good. Although I'm on the end of the blood bait, so I need to go pick one up. Just refreshing baits up. Got to put them in for the fish whistle. That one's rolling in the deep. Grab something out of here. Let's see, what do we got? I need this, and I need this. We can go for this, and we can go for that. We can go for that, and we can go for that. Okay. I forgot what I need there. Watch. Watch. Put it in this way. Nope. Get in there. Get in there. Yeah. Or later, tripod. This baby up. Like that. All right. Pretty sure I have the trial change on Marcy's on. Mark and Larry Peterson, Keith, Andrew, pitching yet? Nothing yet. Just got back from pitching a ton of sheephead. Man, they can fight. Yeah, they're kind of fun. Too bad they taste terrible. Erickson, Rodney, Chris, Talon. Yeah, refreshing, Matt. Hey, you guys got it. Thank you. Brian, Dave, Brian Greenwood, Dave, Eric, Michael, Nancy, D, Jeff Allen, Carrie, Vincent. Try that line from last night. Watch your own bobber. Lady Norton Press. First, they never fished in their lives, so probably was the wrong audience. Yeah, I can imagine that'd be Tim Schaller settling in, I can see. Jordan and Jenny Real. Dan's on. Ragnar's on. Natalie's on. Brad Jensen. We'll get him, Gary. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll get him. We're going to get him. Yeah, from the lines, I think you're talking. Let me see if I can do that. Give it a little light. Garfish, garfish, here comes the garfish. Man, they got cool stripes on them. No luck yet, Mark and Lori. Lens on. We can join this lens. Trying to get some of them lines out of there. Man, that garfish is there all the time. Uh-oh. I think that might be the governor. Right there. It's hard to see that little picture in picture from here. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, that garfish is in it all the time. It's crazy. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, I mean, we should. All right, if you name it Annette, never go fishing without Annette. Right. No mark. No. Hayden, Gar's up on the catch. I wish I could catch a gar. Let me move that camera just a stitching. We should probably name that garfish. Oh, fish whistle. All right, that's pretty good. You can still see a little bit of me. Most people have a dog. Gary has a gar for a pet. Yeah, pretty much. Um, Francisco FC is watching. Gabby the gar. I don't know. Is it? I mean, I don't know if it's a. If we name it Carrie, that could be boy or girl, and there is somebody named Terry Gar. So we could go. There's Terry Gar. Evolve. Gabby the gar. Hear dogs howling in the distance. They're like, "Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. Let me in." A little movement on that sewer bait. I don't think it's anything yet. Probably just a lot of current. Garfield, good point. Gar, Delmer, Gar. I'm trying to think of Gar names. Gar. Um, we could just call him Chuck. It has nothing to do with Gar, but we could always say, "Hey, there's Chuck." I'm watching Judy. Alita's on. Gar named Spot. Watch Spot swim. Yeah, David Arnett. Don Pluger. Gary Garlow is watching. Well, that's exactly what the name of that fish is going to be then. It's going to be Gary Garlow. Um, just saying. That's really random that we're maybe my phone's listening to us. Heidi's on. Heidi, where'd you go? I fired it up, whatever, then I had to shut it off and turn it back on right away, and you disappeared. Yeah, I know. Seagar. That's yeah. Um, no. Maybe we should call him Bubble. Just cause. I don't like. I mean, it's not my fish. I can't catch the damn thing, but or it would be my fish. Then we could ask him what its name is. Derek Thom, Bill Brockman. I mean, you guys call it whatever you want. I ain't in charge. Sheena's on. Welcome, Sheena. The baits in order are sewer bait on the bottom. Forgot one's in the middle. Cheese bait in the middle and blood bait on top. It's our fish. We. Is it your name on it? We could call him Garapito or Garapito. I have a pet pig named Steve, so name him Bob. Robert's on Vinegar. Um, Bob Witt's joining us. John's on. Thanks for joining us, everybody. That's when I was talking with Mark today from Wicked Sticky, just not a tech guy at all, at literally at all. And I said, Mark, that family's been in the catfish business for I think he said 40 or 50 or 30, whatever years, a lot of years. And because the dad believes that the catfishing industry, there's the habitat's so much greater for catfish than it even is for bass. And I said to him, I go, do you realize how many people catfish online? No. I'm like, you wouldn't believe it. It's unbelievable. I said, and there's some people that have no idea. Um, they've never heard of Wicked Sticky. He goes, really? I'm like, no, because I'll jump onto these. live TikTokers that are catfishing, and I'll go, "Ever heard of Wicked Stick? Ever use Wicked Sticky? Never heard of it." I'm like, yeah, you guys are in for a treat. They're making up baits, whatever, which probably work fine. But yeah, I have a warning on my laptop. Battery's running low. How can that be? Plugged in, plugged in, plugged in, plugged in. Oh, not plugged in. Good save. We almost inadvertently disconnected. Had a quick 4 dozen the other night. Saved me $16. Sweet. Ryan Kettner. Yeah, once in a while I look through the cabin window at the laptop and there was a warning that came up on it. What's that all about? The power supply for the laptop I run for this is massive. And just like carrying it by the cord up, whatever, it'll unplug itself. Easy enough. Kevin, bite your tongue. Odie's on. Thanks for joining us. Come on, fish. Anytime now. Mark and Kevin's on. Thanks for joining us, Kevin. Should be getting to that time. Bait gets a little movement to it, but I've got it in pretty deep. That 4 ounce sinker, it shouldn't move. I caught a turtle, I can name him Sheldon. Yeah, well, not a big fan of the turtle, especially that soft shell turtle, the leatherback. Like a trash can lid coming through the water, like somebody said. So I was like, holy man, it's a big one. Yeah, well, it was. Big old turtle. Chuck's on. Thanks for joining us, Chuck. Stephanie. Hertz are awesome. I didn't know they had a nickname. My friends in California, Tom and Kim, they raise African tortoises or something crazy like that, and they're super, super sought after. And they're tortoises, and they breed and whatever. And I think they sell them, and I think it's some crazy thousands of dollars per little tortoise, whatever their little tortoise's name is, tortoise maybe. I don't know. They showed them to me. They're like, "Look at these." I'm like, "Yeah, what are they?" Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah, I think they were African tortoises. There was like you could get them for a long time. Tom was explaining to me, get them for a long time. Then there was like a ban on them importing them in the United States, and then there was only so much supply, and I don't know what they use them for. I don't know if they're just pets or they're California natives, but they really belong in Wisconsin. And I've heard him say that probably many times, or any other state but California. But Yeah, they're good peeps. Brown, lived for hundreds of years. Really? At least 100? Okay. That's a long slip in time. Yeah. If I caught a walleye, can name it delicious? Yes, they are. They are gonna be. Oh, Jesus. Big old fish just jumped downriver. About pooped my pants. I had chicken wings for supper too, so that wouldn't have been good. Jeff Spradlin, Randy Neltzer's on. Netzler, sorry. Thanks for joining us. We should be getting to the point where we start bashing a few. Come on, fish. I didn't check water temp yet today. I'm gonna do that right now. There it is. 57.2, 2/10 of a degree warmer than last night. And they bit really good at 58 and they bit really well at 54. So, guess was as good as mine. I think they bit the best at 54. That was, I think we had five. That was before we even used the sewer bait. Hmm. Fancy me a drink of my juice. Patrick's on. Thanks for joining us, Patrick. Oh, I'm a loud drinker. Especially when I'm thirsty. Five catfish in 2 hours is not bad at all. We're definitely not in Alabama. Dinner time. Yeah, it should be. Gavin's on. Yeah, it should be on it pretty quick here. Start thumping. Thump, thump, thump. Ring the bells. Come down. Can't believe tomorrow's Friday already. I mean, really. Wayne's on. Cheryl's back on. They were pulling cats in left and right, last week and stuff like that. And we thought we were king of the world, and now, yeah, that. Also, Joe's on. Sure, the night you want to make a video, right? Allow me hit sewer bait last night, right? Yeah, the night I want to make a video of the catfish and make a fool of myself. There's no catfish. Could be a sign from above, or maybe we just keep catching the same fish over and over again, and they're just sick of it. They're like, not again. We ain't falling for that. Cheese bait. Getting back a couple old fashioned. That's good, Paul. Indulge. Karen's on. Cheryl. That's all right, Cheryl. We didn't catch anything yet, so it's all downhill from here. Closer we get to that 10 o'clock window, the more, um, the better chance we have of catching. So, where are the fish? I need to go in the cabin because it's a little breezy out, and I can watch on the laptop monitor, which is about a second slower than real time. But we're close. I'm inside. I can actually see the underwater camera a little bit better too. It's not like it's cold outside, but you know what? Hey, there's a heater right here. Look at that. Hmm, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Start to smell that. Can't stop me. Put it on low. Low range. Dr. Moonwalk. No. Jared Coast is on. Ben Ellis, Janet Davis, Daniel Steiner. Thanks for joining us. He was sucking on the camera last night. Mental. Ben Hart, Tim White. Ah, floating backwards. Sweet. Yeah, call him in, Sheena. Do your thing. I could make that underwater camera a little bit bigger. There's one little weed down there that I opt to leave on there just for it's still in a pretty good spot. Like Dustin's on, Maxine's on, Dustin's on. Thanks for joining us. Chris Parts is on. Thanks for joining us. Why isn't the image up on there? To roll that up to the top. There we go. Our Wolf River Cam logo up there, or it should be. Little cover up the spot where we threw the rig in the tree. No, I'm kidding. It's to the left. Oh, now I couldn't have sat in here a few nights ago. The rods are just way too active. So occasionally, just to the right of the rods and up, you'll see a light flicker here and there. That's the highway, way downriver, because the river goes to the left. Current's flowing from right to left as you're looking at the screen, and it goes keeps going to the left. And goes around a corner and actually cuts up behind this woods that you see. So then it goes left to right, kind of up an angle up toward the top. Kevin Carpenter's on. Thanks for joining us. Oh, okay. Matthew Dannon's on. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Cat Chat. Tyler's on. Hi, Tyler. Any minute now. Any minute now. Bob Sills. Adam. Adam Pa. Adam. Maybe it's Aiden. Could be Aiden. Ricky Norris. That's an easy name from us. Ricky Norris. Pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. What do we got? A sucker or sheephead maggot? Maybe it's a carp. In the underwater camera. Sean Wilson. The lion bed. Like Brian Wilson did. Here we go. Oh, nicely done, Heidi. Perfect. Maybe that'll work. And just do that. Come on, fish. Ryan's on. Kelly's on. Thanks for joining us. We're just getting to the good part. I don't know if everybody that's been on all night, whatever, agrees the same thing, whatever, but can't get any worse. That's for sure. 9:30. We're gonna freshen up dates. So I don't have the camera hooked up on a line. Um, that the line would be straight down on. So they're all just downriver, and the camera's kind of right next to the dock. So no bait. You'd see the bait if I had it out there. Pretty chocolate milky, so it might be a little tough to do. So I didn't do it. Have it for a couple nights because it's hard to see the little anything going on in that smaller picture in picture. Um, I don't know how to do it different. I guess. Wonder if we could try a little chroma key on what's the settings. No, I don't think we can. No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Oh, oh, bo, bo, hurrah, carp, hurrah, big old carp. Herbert, Jesse, Kristen, Sherry, Tom, Emil. No mosquitoes. Feels like it's 50 or 48 degrees out. Clifton's on, so I think they're kind of not risking it and staying tucked in, although I heard reports of people having mosquitoes earlier this season, so so much for that theory. Which pole's gonna go down? Yeah, it could be Sheena, but I don't know. Um, derpity. But we will. We always have action. So there's that. Oh, see, I got nothing to eat. I got some sweet tarts. Really weird ones. Tim said, I don't like these. Here, take them with you. It's okay. Your oil for your out seeing 50 to 75 of them today in Sheboygan County. Wow, okay. Sounds good, Doug. Well, fish. The heck's going on here? Maybe they're taking a cat nap. Mike's on. Chris is back on. Thanks for joining us. A little suffer from cruising up. Couple of minutes, we'll check baits. Here, fish. Come here, fish. Bite the hook, fish. The hummers are back in Juneau County. Okay. Matthew, Stephen, hummers back in Juneau County. Oh, they are. Okay. Henry, is it Papave? Probably. Nailed it. I don't know what I'm doing. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. And I think we're going to go check Rod and freshen him up real quick. And now. And now. Go. And now. Now. And now. Let's go read it. Ryan's on. Ross, Jenny, Doug. So I use orange. Yes, use page color. Hmm. That sounds delicious. All right. I'm gonna go and freshen these baked up. Clean the junk off them. Got awfully upset. Well, a little bit of bouillon, not a big ton, not around the hook at all. Mm-hmm. 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 Plenty of blood bait on this one yet. I'm just going to give a little toss up on the edge here. A couple nights ago, that actually worked out pretty well if they're up close. Pull this one. Still bait on this one yet, but I'm going to put more on it. This is the cheese bait. Knock some of the old stuff off into the bucket with the rest. Rejuvenate that. All right. Let this one set up. And I'm not going to toss this one as far. Sounds like somebody's driving their lawnmower. Super bait. They do that for. Maybe tossing out their mac and cheese or something. Somebody definitely has their lawnmower on. I have no idea why. It rained today. Maybe they brought it to the bar. Okay. We got a big ball of stuff on here. Yeah, ready to launch. Open place. We're all set. Get ready to stumble. It's cozy in here now. Yeah, wake up, you catnappers. Like Fisher. Where are you, Keela? Andrew. Who are you, Keela? Hi, Titan. Keela must be a code name. It's time she gets closer to 10 o'clock. It gets even more and more. See, them lines are starting to move a little bit. Flying. The middle pole to get a fight. Um, yeah. Come on, fish. What do you being me? Yeah, what's the deal? AJ Carnes on? That's been a while since AJ's been on, I think. Matt Stone's back on. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know we're human too? Tony Pellegrini, thanks for coming on, Tony. Didn't miss anything yet. We're closing in that magic time. Yeah, nothing yet. Not even on. Oops. Sorry I ran into your line. Not even one of them. Bruce Lyle. Probably had to do with the weather. Or the jerk on the one end, waiting to put a jerk on the other end. Leah's on. Thanks for joining us, Leah. Brady's on. Thanks for joining us, Brady. Everybody's come on. That's when the action's going to happen. Right before 10 o'clock. Right at 10 o'clock. Close to it. Craig's on. Maybe I should extend my Facebook invites from now on and let the dang fish know that what we're doing too. And they're like, oh, I didn't know you guys are fishing. No. It's coming. I think all hell's going to break loose. Or, you know where. It's going to break loose. All downstairs is going to break loose. Yeah, we saw the gar. So the plans are still aligned somewhat. Maybe the gravitational pull of the moon after the storm and blah 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 and the 5G and what else can we throw in there? Um, and the sonic booms lately from the jets and the contrails maybe are screwing everything up. Yeah, no Sheena, let's not go all three fold. Sean Stick, Dan Slake, Ed, I got Bill. Like I said, we get them, some of them anyway. Maybe they're camera shy because they know that they're going to be on a stupid video. Gatorade is in retrograde. Okay, I'm not going to do the video anymore. Fish you can bite. I'm not going to stick you in front of TikTok. Alberto, Tim Blair, thanks for joining us. Rebecca's on. The Gathering of the Watchers. Sounds eerie. It's coming. I can feel it. I jump off my Wi-Fi. There we go. Michael, Steven, thanks for joining us. Oh, big old carp going by the camera. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, no bite Thursday. Well, hey, take it easy, Heidi. It's not 10 o'clock yet. It's going to happen. You just keep your rollers and watch your own bobber. However it goes. And get your curlers under the hair dryer yet. Pat Short, Dave's Dave and Stephanie. Next bite is Bill Pole. Okay. What's everybody else think? What rods are going to be? I'm with the bottom one. I'm going with the bottom one. Ed Winkleman, Jason Lundquist, thanks for joining us. Neil Tim, thanks for coming on. Step right up, make your guesses. Which rod's it going to be? You know who I haven't seen this year yet? Mark Bell. I'll have to send you a message and go, what's the deal, dude? Oh, top one. It was the top one. I think we're going to make a video. Probably just bump the line. It's the one I got laid up here real short. Not real short, but kind of short. Still banking on the low one. Because for the last, I don't know how many nights, we've had a fish on the bottom one. Always. All three? Can't do that to me. But you know what's going to happen then if you got to choose between all three. It's just like your kids. You choose the youngest. Little cheese. Yeah, that was a blood bait we had to hit on just now. Or the probably a muskrat. Give it a little tail whip on the way through. Amanda Wilson's watching. Thanks for joining us. We're kind of taking bets, not actual bets, but I don't know which rod's it going to be. So we've got Heidi and is that Keith? Yeah, Keith said middle. Heidi said middle. I said low one. I said the bottom one. It's going to be the bottom one. Come on, bottom one. Nobody said the top one yet. We just had a hit on that one. Weird. John's with me on the bottom one. The super bait. Good night and good luck. Mark and Lori, you're leaving? You got 8 minutes to go. Stick around. Brad Abernathy. Joni's on. Y'all are checking in for the last 10 minutes, aren't you? See which route it's going to be. Ryan Johnson's on. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it'll end up being the top one. Bonk. Nobody picked the top one yet. Dan Miller's on. Thanks for joining us, Dan. It's coming. Oh, you got the one hit. All right, we got Steve is on for the top one. All right, that one just had a bump. It's coming. Where is it gonna be? Joe, nobody gets their 8 hours sleep. Yeah, I don't think that's true. Maybe. Depends upon what time you get up. Certainly, Mark and Lori's not going to get their 8 hours sleep. Just as a figure. But she can wait till 10. Or he can wait till 10. Cheryl's on. Thanks for coming on, Cheryl. Picking down. Tick tock. Everybody's guessing which route it's going to be. Not everybody, but some people are. A couple of us got the low one. A couple got the middle. Nobody. One person has the top one. Other sucker floating backwards, doing the backstroke. Gary Wilson's on. Thanks for joining us. And we haven't been skunked yet catfishing this year, so we got that going for us. So odds are it's going to happen. It's going to happen shortly. Alita's on. Thanks for joining us. Ellen Jones. don't go through a whole lot of bait this way. So there is a positive. Not entirely fun, but Donovan's on. Kritzel, or Caitlin Kritzel, top at 10. Down. We got two for the top one. Rob Peterson. Still better than working. Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. 3 minutes. There is a really good chance that it's going to happen in 3 minutes. There it is. Middle one. I just saw a little movement. It's going to be the middle one. I think Heath and Heidi are right. Joel, Robert, Chad. Thought I saw just a little movement on the middle one. I didn't see any movement on the lower one, but maybe it's just waiting till 10 o'clock. Jack Jolly's on. One of them is also going to be like, smash. I just heard a train siren. I know there's not a train anywhere around here, so it must be somebody's car. It's coming. It's coming. Which one is it going to be? Come on, low one. Linda Hilburn's on. Thanks for joining us, Linda. We're inside of a minute. I think if I stare at one long enough, it'll just go. Go. Number three or low one. Go low one. Christine is on. Jack Ice. Gerald. Thanks for joining us. We're close. It's going to happen. We're officially at 10 o'clock. We're running until 5 after. Or till somebody flinches. It's like a standoff. It's like soccer. We're in extra time right now. Michael's on. Thanks for joining us, Michael. Stefan's on. Thanks for coming on, Stefan. We're going to run another 5 minutes. Because we haven't been skunked yet this season, so at least on catfish anyway. so still outside. It's not even funny. It's like brutally calm. Screening Mike Rose. Hope them cats know that at midnight stacks end at 10. Right. Bad the weeds get later on. Not bad. I mean, just depends upon how long I have them in. They're just being camera shy, I think is what it is. Come on, when do you go down? It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. Bam, bam, bam. Like all three. Right? Yeah, you bet, Dana. Camera wise, how bad the Leafs did? Um, Not too bad. I haven't turned just a little bit. I'll probably clean it before I leave. So Gary McLaughlin, Nicole Smith, Mary, I said Fu, 2 minutes. Stephen Dale. We've got Mary. Come on, fish. Oh, I see a line bounce in the middle one. Could be just the current. The line looked like it bounced pretty good. Pretty pathetic when we're looking at see if the line's bouncing or not. Should be just smashing it. Barbara's on. Thanks for joining us, Barbara. Come on, sewer bait. Go nuts. Tim Conrad's on. Thanks for joining us, Tim. Tom Barnett's on. Thanks for joining us, Tom. We're 10:05. We're going till 10:10. Walker. So 5 more minutes, and then that's it. Charles on. Gotta be one dumb one down there. Don't make me pull these rods in. Go fisherman, one more cast. Yeah, that's about it. Now you're sounding like me, Gary. 5 more minutes normally ends up be a half hour. Now we're doing our right. Steven's on. Jake Sherman's watching. Hey, Jake. Jake, you're on for the last 4 minutes. We said we were going to shut down at 10, but we haven't caught a fish yet, and we haven't been skunked yet this season for catfishing. So we're holding out for one. James Gladowski's on. Gladowski's on. Don's back on. May have to call the cops here pretty quick because there's something going on. Ain't good. I don't know where the fish went. Where did they go? I wonder if they moved somewhere, if they start spawning. I wouldn't think so. The water's too cold for them. Matthew Bundy's on. Kim, come on, Kitty. Yeah, no kidding. Come on, Kitty. Michael's on. I wouldn't think the rain and stuff had anything to do with there. Maybe these storms coming in if they're coming in. Maybe they're all got their whiskers scared. Jeff Pfeiffer. And maybe there's a frontal gravitational pull from the moon tonight and sucked away. It's not always about catching. Oh, for sure, Doug. It's not. It's about all you guys and us just jabbering back and forth. Catching's fun too. It's just that the point of I got 2 minutes and I'm gonna pull the plug and we're gonna come back with my hands not smelling like fish. Well, that's rude. I'm sure my wife loves it when I crawl into bed and it's like, oh God, you smell like a damn fish. No, I wash up when I go inside. Wash up, go inside, wash up, eat stuff that I probably shouldn't eat, and then try to edit a video and fall asleep, and then I'm good. And no, they were finicky yesterday, just little bites. Yeah, okay, Jake. Yeah, I guess the underwater camera does blink because you're seeing way more fish on that. Salvatore's on. Maybe that's the lucky person that we need to come on to watch. We're under a minute. Oh, 10 after 10. All right, I'm going to start pulling rods. We're going to start with a sewer bait. That's the one I picked. Me and John did. So we're going to pull this one in first. We'll just take our time here a little bit. Take it nice and slow. Just extend our time. I appreciate everybody joining us again, and we'll give it another whirl. Lines are pretty clean, which is good, so they're not sitting down there all marinated or covered in bait or in leaves and stuff. Get this guy hooked up. Do the finger wrap. Next, we're going to pull out cheese bait. All we got left is the blood bait. Still hope. Not much. This line's really clean. Thinker's just got a couple leaves on it. Not bad. Let's get this guy out. Hooks on this one are still saturated. Be heavy. And finally, much to my dismay, we're pulling the last one out. Guess no viral video tonight. Stupid fish. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. I appreciate it. Check us out again. We'll do it again. And thanks for making it another great night. And we will talk to you soon. Tomorrow's Friday night. If I come on, it's usually late. So let's not get our hopes up real high. I don't know what the schedule looks like yet. Kim and I don't plan much. We just kind of go with whatever comes up. And that works out pretty good for us. So, unless somebody says, dude, the walleyes are just flying by the camera. And I go, oh, crap. I drive from Kakana at 8:30 at night to fish in front of the camera. But no, thanks for joining us, everybody. And we're going to get these rods put up and get set for another adventure for next time. Goes to show me I shouldn't have started early. I should have been just fumbling around here and coming in Johnny come lately. And I started early, and the worst we've done. Damn bells are loud. Jesus. Simmer. No. Lots of rat. Kitty cat. Spot just swam by saying good night. Come on, really? Mark's on. Oh, really? The guard goes by. Again? Guard's doing victory lap. Good night, Russell. Good night, Mark and Lori. Chris. Good night, Lisa. Good night, Steve. Good night, Gary. Thanks for the fun. Yeah, you bet, Heidi. Ever try shrimp? I have not. I will. Still a fun night. Thanks. You bet. Alrighty, guys. That's a wrap, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching wolfrivercam.com on Facebook, YouTube, our website. You guys have a good night. Oh yeah, I can't shut the camera off from my phone. It's not running on my phone. It's running on the inside there. I'll just keep bumbling around out here and picking stuff up. Grab that. Grab that. Yeah, no reason to shut the camera off now. I'm gonna pick that up. Bring my OM5 inside. I could switch rafts. I'm going to set up right here. There's my tripod I was going to use for the video shoot. Stupid fish. If I did it with the gar, I would have really been a big hit. People would be like, what in the world is that? Down scope. Okay. Oh, it's over there. The water, I should say. Get everything flipped back over. Till next time.